Welcome everybody to the iOS Cup Series, brought to you by Fort Worth Screen Printing. This is Josh Hall with Intensity Broadcasting. I'm joined tonight by Matt Knights. Matt, how you doing tonight?
Doing good. Doing good, Josh. Looking forward to this. This is going to be a good time.
As I apologize, I have to fix something on my screen as we got some qualifying going on right now. Right now, Michael Provolt's out on this track, starting his first of two laps.
And I didn't look, Josh. How many laps is this race?
We are doing 125 laps tonight. We're going to have our normal cast of characters. I believe they have 3 sets of tires tonight, as well as I believe they have their just one reset tonight as well.
Now, when you say 3 sets, is that the set on the car plus 2 in the pits?
That would be correct.
So we're looking at 40, 41, 42 stint intervals between tires. That's quite a ways to go on a set of tires at Atlanta.
Yeah, it's all about who's going to be able to manage those tires throughout too.
Yeah, who can save those tires? That's going to be who's up front at the end. And I know at the championship race last season in this series, Eddie Morris went 2 gas stints without taking tires. Do you think anyone might try that tonight?
Oh, I doubt it. With these cars, the way they are and the way these guys are going to be pushing tonight, I do not see as we see Jimmy McFarland out on the track right now, making his qualifying. So while we got qualifying going on, I want to go over the points at the moment. And you'll see our point leader is not the winner from last week. Right now it's Bobby Mays up in first place with 51 points. Brandon White 45, Todd Mays 43, our winner TJ Floyd with 41, and Dakota Camper rounding out the top 5 in points right now. And that's due to TJ not being able to get any stage points last week. So the stage points playing a big role right now as far as the points go.
With that win, doesn't that push him into the round of 12?
That is going to move him into the playoffs for sure. So that's not going to matter to him too much. But the rest of the guys there who may not have had the best finish because of those stage points, they were able to definitely be able to get up there and do what they needed to do. As I was trying to figure out what the stage points were, or stage race was for tonight, like I said, 125 laps. Stage ends at lap 40. There will be no yellow. It's just stage ends at lap 40, and that's correct. 2 extra sets of tires tonight and 1 reset. So it'll be exciting to see how these guys are able to manage their tires and get going. And then our schedule coming up right now after this one, it's going to be Bristol, baby. Bristol night race. So then we move on to Phoenix, and then a road course, Watkins Glen, which Brian Nudie has already got in the bag. So, no, I'm just kidding around. I'm sure we're going to have a great race there. I just know Brian is the road course specialist here, so it's going to be fun to watch him again. Is on track right now. We got some more qualifying going on. Got Austin Blaylock making his qualifying attempt right now. And Cody Moore is up on the screen right now. But so far, our pole sitter, Dustin Dean with a 29.57, and Brian Nudie out there in second. You see where your favorite driver is on the tower on the left is now Williams. Colin Williams jumps up to the pole with a 29.55. These guys just have a couple more minutes left in qualifying. Todd Mays. I think he just finished his qualifying. There's Isaiah Gill on track. Isaiah's always quick at these 1.5-mile tracks. Oh, as we pull back to Greg Fronick, let's take a look at Isaiah. Let's see where he ends up as he comes through the tri-oval here and finishes his first lap. Actually, that was his second lap, and it's going to put him up to 9th place with a 29.69. Greg Fronick finishing his lap with a 30.16. That's going to do it for him. You see Todd Mays out on track right now. Had the driver chat up there for a second. Had to turn that off. I apologize for that. We see Todd Mays. Is he going to finish right here? He's coming through turns 3 and 4 to the line. He's going to move up to the 20th spot. Eddie Morris on track. Eddie had a really good practice. I know he had quite the pull there. He had a good draft at one point, but he was real fast in practice. Let's see how it transfers over to qualifying here. So he comes off of turn 4 through the tri-oval. Cross the line. He's going to move up to 3rd. Also on track right now, Dean Qualley. He's always fast at these kind of tracks as well. So he's coming off of turn 4 right now through the tri-oval. I believe he just took the green flag. So we're going to be able to watch both of his laps here. That's correct. He just took the green flag, so he's got 2 laps. He's coming through turns 3 and 4. Comes across the line. His first lap is going to move him only up to 33rd, so hopefully on this lap you can see a speed down in the bottom right corner, and that's his wheel input right there, seeing what kind of how much he's turned the wheel, and he's really not turning it all that much, so that's a loose car right there. So he's able to keep the speed up as he comes across the line here. He's only going to be able to move up to 25th. Nicholas Ford now on track. Looks like he's the last car to qualify today. Well, he gets real loose in the corner there, and he has to back out of it, so it's going to hurt his time for sure. Because that starting lap, that first lap, is so crucial to be able to get the speed for your qualifying laps. Matt, I didn't realize I jumped out of the room. I apologize. You couldn't hear a word I was saying. And I hear myself echoing there, Matt.
How's that better?
That's much better.
I lost you in the Discord for some reason.
I apologize for that. I apparently jumped over to a different room and I lost you, so I do apologize for that. As we see Nick Ford making his laps right now. He's already had 1 lap in the bag, up to 25th. Let's see where he's going to finish here. He comes down the backstretch here, and Atlanta's a track that's known for being slick, being fast, has the oldest surface on the. His time is not going to happen as he finishes up right there. So we'll take a trip through the grid. Starting on pole, Colin Williams in the 18 machine. Outside of him, Dustin Dean in the 21. Eddie Morris in the 8 machine rolling off third. Brian Nudie in the 40 machine rolling off in fourth. Kyle Mays in the 55 in the 5th spot. And rounding out row 3, Dakota Camper. 7th, we got Brandon White in the BW Racing Machine, 019, and then Bobby Mays outside of him in the 4th row. Logan Hagerman in the 7 machine, Intensity Racing Team. He's going to be in the 9th spot, and outside of him, Will Witt in the 35 machine. Isaiah Gill in the 11th spot in the 2 machine, and outside of him, Austin Blaylock.
We've got Michael White in the 09, Michael Provost in the 94 and 14th, 15th, the 28 of Zach McBride, 16th, the number 4 of Craig Schroeder, C.D. Moore in the 17th spot in the number 52 machine, and Blake Hensley, number 31 in the 18th spot. In 19th, the number 19 of Max McClure. And rounding out the top 20, Brian Merle Jr. in the number 12.
Apologize, my timing and scoring just kind of flitched out on me right there. If you could keep going through the grid.
I'll keep on going. 21st, the 11 machine of Dylan Redding. 22nd, the 26 of Jacob Bowen. Todd Mays in the 25 comes in 23rd. 24th is the 29 of Nicholas I. The 20 of Nicholas Ford is in the 25th spot, starting 26th. The 17 of Jackson Qualley. The 084 of Kerry Moore is in 27th, 28th. The 88 of Bailey Jones. TJ Floyd, last week's winner, starts in 29th. 30th, Jimmy McFarland. Derek Chaput in 31st. Let me scroll down a little. Gregory Fronek, the 71 machine, is in 32nd. Starting 33rd, James Moore in the 61. Chris Wheeler in the 22 will start 34th. 35th, Philip Manzo in the 44. Michael Lawrence in the number 47 machine starts 36th. And then at the tail end, we've got the 98 of Stephen Black and the 86 of Derek Regal.
Perfect. As we're getting ready for the pace car to pull off here, it's going to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Colin Williams is going to lead him down to the green flag in the air. A great jump by those front 2 cars. They're side by side as they go through the quad oval here into turn 1. Looks like Colin Williams is going to get that lead, and Dustin Dean's going to pull in right behind him. Eddie Morris is going to follow suit. And Brian Nudie in the 40 machine is just kind of falling backwards right now. But still side by side as Dustin Dean's now trying to get that lead. Eddie Morris down on the apron. Don't know if he has an issue or not, but he's real loose and he's having some issues there as we're side by side for the lead. That time by, Dustin Dean was able to get the lead there. But Colin Williams is fighting real hard on the outside. And the caution is out. And that's going to bring up our first wreckage replay. See if we can see what happened here. Oh. Looks like quite a few cars involved in this one.
Yeah, I saw that first replay with Eddie Morris. Looked like he just got loose in the corner.
So we'll see Eddie down on the apron here, almost in the grass. And while he's down there, we got one car up into the wall. This is the 49 of TJ Floyd, comes back across the track and unfortunately catches a couple other cars there. And I see the 084. We're going to rewind a little bit, use a little different camera view here. Yeah, you see TJ come back off the wall, catch the 084, the 01. Tough break for those guys. But back up front, Colin Williams able to get back by Dustin Dean here. Somebody said I sounded far from the microphone. I might have been far from the microphone, so I do apologize for that. But here we go. Taking a look through our Facebook chat here. TJ said I was far from the microphone. I fixed that. Darren Williams says, let's go Dustin. Noah Walter says there's a disturbing lack of Cheez-It paints. Dean says, just send it Jackson, go 17. Mick Olfenson says, or Olafson says, go 35. And Jordan Dean says, let's go Dustin Dean, that's my baby.
Now, while we're under caution, Josh, I got a question for you, since you're such an experienced racer yourself. Mile-and-a-half track like this, is there any draft to speak of?
There is actually quite a bit of draft here. You will actually, we noticed in practice that Eddie Morris had the fastest time, and he got a major pull down the backstretch. So, yeah, a mile-and-a-half track like this, these cars still have a pretty big spoiler in the back of them. So they're going to be able to really cut a big hole in the air, and you'll see them get a pretty good draft here on the straightaways. And you might even see a little bit of bump draft in here, too. A couple more messages on Facebook here. We got Stephen Black says, let's go Cyclone. And Cody Kaler says, get it, Brian L. Merle Jr. As the lights on the pace car are off, we're going to be going back racing here in just a moment. They come down the backstretch, and now Dustin's on that back on that high side. We'll have to see what he learned on that first start and see if he can make something happen here.
Might give him a better angle coming into turn one, but he's going to have to clear Colin Williams before he can do that.
As the pace car ducks off, green flag's back in the air. Colin gets a pretty decent start right there. Gets ahead Dustin Dean by quite a bit, and Dustin's just going to have to fall in line here as they go into 1 and 2. Nudie with a much better start this time, sitting in the third spot. As they come rocketing down the backstretch here. And you were talking about that draft. You're starting to see it just a little bit as Brian Nudie kind of gets right up on the back bumper. Dustin Dean pushes him up the track, and he's going to go right on by. So, yeah, Matt, this track is going to run a little bit like a super speedway for these guys. There's not going to be a whole lot of lifting for the first couple laps. As we see him come down the backstretch here. Nudie looking to the inside, trying to make something happen. There's a big run by the 55 down on the bottom. That's Kyle Mace. You see that draft, that slingshot kind of getting him down by. A big move down by Dakota Camper in the 3, going from the top side to the bottom side. They come down the backstretch, and yeah, it kind of does look like a super speedway race. Isaiah Gill already making some moves. He's up 2 spots into the top 10 and 9th.
Kyle just had a nice pass underneath Brian there.
There you go. And Dustin Dean, unfortunately, caught on that high side right now. and starting to go backwards.
There's a hole for him to duck into.
As you can see, that 55 now stalking the 18. As we go on board, and you'll hear he is just not lifting. So he's trying to make something happen. A little lift right there in the corner, but right back to the throttle. Gets that real big run off the corner. It's right to the back bumper, and he's going to look to the inside going into turn 3 here. Another pass for the lead is that 55 machine. It's going to clear the 18 of Colin Williams. He's going to lead this lap. Well, Williams is fighting back hard on the outside as they go into 1 and 2 side by side. And that 18's probably going to have the run off the outside corner here. He's going to be able to pull him here a little bit now. Looks like they're going to be pretty even as they go back at 3 and 4. Usually that high side prevails on the outside. He usually has a little more momentum. You're able to keep the engine wound up a little higher and able to get that pull off. But right now they're still side by side. And I'll tell you what, Brian Nudie seeing these guys side by side right now is exactly what he wants to see. But he's actually under pressure right now by Bobby Mays. Everybody's back single file as Colin Williams decides that it's not the time to fight. He's going to pull right back in behind and ride it out a little bit. And you can see that that little breakaway that they've pulled away from Nudie and the rest of the pack. And that was a great view. You can really see how bumpy this track is and how much the cars really move around. As Isaiah Gill up into the wall, he's going to lose a couple positions because of that. Unfortunately for him, he was having a pretty good start, but now he's falling back. It looks like Will Witt in the 35 right behind him. Stalking him a little bit and see if he can get back around him. As we've got a little battle here between Dustin Dean and the 5 of Bobby Mays. As I'm looking at the Facebook chat, Colin's got quite the fan club right now. As up front, it's still Colin Mays. As now Colin Williams is under fire from Brian Nudie. He's going to take the second place away from him, and caution is out on the track. See if we can see what happened here.
Looked like the 019 of Brandon White might have been involved.
Yep, it looks like actually it looks like the league coordinator here, Max McClure, brings out the yellow. Not his fault, but he's on the inside here. The 09. It looks like he just thought he was clear and gets right reared into the wall. That's Michael White getting into the 09 Max McClure. Max goes over on his roof. And then the 4 car, that would be Craig Schroeder, gets tagged from behind just trying to check up, and he comes back across and gets T-boned by the 09. And that's what brings out our caution. Couple cars coming to pit road. You see on the bottom, Brian Nudie, Isaiah Gill, Michael White. Michael using his reset, I'm sure, but Nudie and Gill probably just topping off fuel. I don't think it's time to get tires just yet.
I would hope it'd be a little early for tires.
Yeah, you can see him just getting fuel, just topping that thing off. Brian Newey, half price off on my calendar with every pizza. And that's in referring to the Gill Dump Truck and Pizza Parlor. We'll have more on that later on. So he's going to give up the track position to top off here and possibly have a little better strategy come when everybody else has to come in and take fuel. So going back to the Facebook chat, the call-outs here. Got Nick Mather saying, let's go 18. Go, Colin, go. Coralie Mather says, let's go, Colin, number 18. And Darren Williams says, let's go, Dustin Dean, close that gap. So don't be afraid to shout out your favorite driver in the chat. Another one
for Colin. He's got quite the fan
Cassie
club.
Williams says, let's go, Colin. So he's got quite the fan club right there. We know who the fan favorite is tonight. Sorry, Dustin. You need more support.
And that's all right. Keep sharing these streams.
Oh, there it is.
Like us.
There it is. Stephen Black, Dustin Dean for Coke Series 2022. And Jason May says, let's go Kyle Mays and Bobby Mays.
Now Colin Mays is doing fantastic. He's in the spot you want to be in.
But yeah, as Matt was just saying, absolutely like, follow, subscribe, share. Let your friends know, hey, there's no racing on TV right now. We still got another week until we see that. So get them in here. Let them watch some good quality racing. These guys put on quite the show here.
And not only that, but it's always more fun when you know one of the drivers.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I was saying in my last race, I'm really looking forward to the Truck Series race this year. There's a young man who I personally used to race with on iRacing as a teammate, Carson Hosevar, who's moving up to the Truck Series full time this year. And I'm really excited to see what Carson's able to do this year now that he just turned 18 and can run the full season. And of course, my favorite driver is Ryan Preece, because I've been watching Ryan Preece up here in the Northeast forever. And so it's nice to see drivers that either you know or you've rooted for on a local level get up to the big time.
But just because the Cup and the trucks are all back doesn't mean you can't keep following us.
No, absolutely. Like, follow, subscribe.
You got to have something to do on a Tuesday night.
And we're trying to get to 1,000 followers by Eddie Morris's birthday, which is in April. So we're getting close now. I think we're almost to 900. So let's get there. As the pace car is getting ready to pull off of the track here and onto pit road. And we're going to go back to green flag racing as Kyle Mays is going to lead them down to the green. There goes the pace car with that hard left-hand turn. Green flag's in the air. Great jump by Kyle Mays. He's going to be able to clear Kyle Williams. And Dustin Dean looks like he's going to clear Kyle Williams as well. As Colin just got a horrible restart there. He's going to fall all the way to third place. And here we see the 5 of Bobby Mays now on that high side, trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I wonder if it's 20-lap old tires on a restart.
Yeah, and you see Dakota Camper now putting fire to Colin Williams here as they come through the quad oval. It just looks like Colin had a bad restart, and the momentum shift just has him falling backwards right now. As we see the 3 car, Dakota Camper, having a great run. That very, very similar paint job to the late Dale Earnhardt. I'm liking that. We see Dustin Dean now as the 5 car now puts some pressure on the 18 on the inside. But up front, Dustin Dean is now stalking Kyle Mays. He's right there on the back bumper. As you can see, Dustin get a great run here. And he's going to jump to the inside here as they come through the quad oval. And in the turn one, side by side, give the position to Dustin Dean. He's going to clear him here as they go through turns 1 and 2.
We got a wreck on the back.
Oh. No
There's
yellow.
A few of them here.
Oh, there's
There
the
it
yellow.
is.
Yellow's out. That's going to bring up our wreckage replay here. And yeah, I just saw all the red come flashing across my screen, which indicates a crash. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Oh.
It's like Isaiah Gill's involved.
Yep, that's the first name I saw, so see if we can get a good view here of what happened. Isaiah, oh, it happened in front of Isaiah. Eddie Morris catches the wall, and oh, that's a big one for Isaiah.
That'll cost a reset.
Yeah, we're going to go back a little bit further and see what happened with the 8 of Eddie Morris, because that's where it looks like it starts. And it looks like Eddie just pushes up off the corner, gets into the side of the, is that the 29 of, can't tell if it's 20, yeah, it's the 29 car. That sends him around into the wall, and he's just comes back across the track, catches the inside wall, and nothing he could really do there. That's the 29 of Nicholas Iomo. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But yeah, that's a tough break. And then Isaiah comes back across the track and gets T-boned by the, let's see, that's the 14 car of Jimmy McFarland. And the 61 coming through here hot. Wow. How, not sure that's James Moore, and he's able to hold on to it. I know James had used a reset earlier in the race, so I don't know if he just misjudged that. Let's take a ride here with him. Let's see if we can see what happened or what he saw. We'll go at full speed here, right on the roof. Everybody's kind of checking up, and he locked up the brakes, and man, he just barely got through there.
Cool. Boy, that was tight.
Incredible. So back to the front here. Looks like the lights on the pace car just turned off. We're already re-racking and getting ready to go. Tasha Rose sent a couple checker flags and then sent 200 stars. Thank you, Tasha. We appreciate the stars. It means a lot. Lets us keep doing what we're doing. So we do appreciate you. Stephen Black says team no brakes. Sir, those are called ARCA brakes. And Abby-Anna Dixon says, let's go Colin in the 18. So, yeah, Colin's got the lead in number of fans out there tonight, that's for sure. As Dustin Dean brings them back to the start here. That pace car is going to take that hard left-hand turn back onto the pits. Let's see if Dustin get a great restart again. Oh, green flag in the edge. He's a little wheel spin from a couple of those guys. You saw the cars wiggle as they come across the line, and it wasn't able to let Dustin really get a good jump here as he's side by side with the 55 of Kyle Mays. And then
See what kind of run he can get off this corner.
Yeah, and here comes the 18 of Colin Williams with a much better restart this time than he had last time. And now he's all over the back bumper of Dustin Dean. And the 3 of Dakota Camper. And also the 99 Austin Blaylock. 5 cars kind of over a blanket, under a blanket here as they're pulling away from the rest of the field a little bit. But Dustin's going to be able to clear Kyle here, but Kyle is all over the back bumper, trying to get a run. That's a great view off the gearbox here. And this also gives you a little bit of a look at how bumpy this track is. You can see the track, the car really bouncing around here, the rear suspension as they come through the quad oval here. But Dustin's starting to pull away here a little bit. And Dustin is last year's Cup Series champion, so he's trying to win this race here, move himself into the playoffs, and try to be a two-time champion back-to-back.
And this is the track that was the final.
Yes, it was. And a little further back, we've got a little battle here between the 7 of Logan Hagerman and Austin Blaylock. Now starting to fall back a little bit. He's was just in 5th. Now he's fallen back to 6th, and he's under pressure now from the 52 of Cody Moore. Oh, here comes Austin now back underneath the 7. Logan Hagerman, that's another one of his Intensity Broadcasting cars. Unfortunately, Joe Wright was not able to make the race tonight. We see another side-by-side. Oh, we got one around. That's Zach McBride. Sorry, that's Will Witt. Goes around, no caution. That was an incredible save there by Will Witt as he's going to gather it up. And we stay green. Back up front. Dakota Camper now making a move to the inside of Kyle Mays for 2nd. I think Kyle's just going to kind of drift up high here and let him have it because it looks like his tires are starting to go away here as Kylie Williams now trying to make a move on that 55 of Kyle Mays. Just not able to do it here. You see Dylan Redding on the outside of Cody Moore in that 52. Cody gets a little loose there off the corner. I'm sorry, that's Zach McBride in the 28. My mistake. He got a little loose off that corner. Almost got into the side of Dylan, but able to gather it up and keep it straight. Back here, a little further back in the pack, Brian Nudie. We see Brian Nudie trying to make his way back up to the back through the field. So he's sitting in 14th now, putting some pressure on the 22 of Chris Wheeler, trying to get around him. And the 20 of Nick Ford trying to follow him on through. And right behind them, the 95 of Michael Provost, who was caught up in one of those earlier crashes. Looks like he's trying to make his way back up there. Great battle here for 14th through 16th. And right behind them, you got Jackson Qualley starting to creep in. Here comes Nick Ford underneath the 22 here. Trying to take that position
Jackson's
away from
one
him.
to watch.
Yeah, Jackson for sure. He's up on that high side right now. Making that high side work.
It's a long race. We're not even a third of the way through.
Oh. Jackson, the young man there, making the move on the outside. That's impressive right there. Another one who's having a great run tonight, Billy Jones. Last year, I know she had some computer issues, was out of the series for a little while, but she's back, and she's already up 9 spots from her starting position. Well, she just lost. She's losing this spot right now to the 35 of Will Witt, who had that issue earlier, but she's having a great run, up 8 spots from her starting position, so good to see her back in the league. Another great run here. Derek Regal, up 14 spots from the beginning. So it's nice to see a couple big movers and shakers here. Will Witt falling to the back. He's lost 9 spots, but he's trying to get himself right back up to the front. Speaking of the front, we look back at the front, and Dustin Dean just checking out.
And we're coming up. What do we got? 1 lap to go to stage points?
Yep, this is going to be the end of lap 40. Will be the stage points. And Dustin Dean has a very
Almost
large
2
gap.
seconds.
Those little specks you see back there, those are cars. Those are Dustin's competition right now, but he's just able to pull away. Crosses the line to start lap 40. So the end of this lap will give us our stage points. As we see Dustin coming here through turns 3 and 4. And he will be our stage winner. Dakota Camper second. Bobby Mays third. Kyle Mays fourth. Colin Williams, Cody Moore, Logan Hagerman, Austin Blaylock, Zach McBride, and Dylan Redding will be your top 10. So Dustin will get that playoff point and the 10 stage points. And second through 10th will be 1 point separating difference between them. So 9 points for second, 8 points for third, and so on back. So we got a little battle here between Austin Blaylock and Zach McBride. It looked like Austin was going to have the run there, but Zach was able to get a great run on the outside and pull back around. Yeah, back up front, Dakota Camper is just see right there, the gap is just growing from Dustin Dean back to Dakota. Dustin Dean out front here. Trying to get my battle box to work, but apparently it doesn't really want to work for me tonight. But that's okay.
And I'm hearing on the radio we're about to start seeing some pit stops.
Yep, I do see that Derek Chaput just went in and got his service done. I see looks like Colin Williams, the 18 machine, rolling on the pit road. And I'm sure that car will be taking tires as well. Oh. Just trying to get a good camera view here, but
We got one sideways. He saved it. 12.
12 car. Oh, we got the 28 coming to pit road. Is Colin still on pit road here?
I wonder if he got a speeding penalty.
It looks like he might have, because he's been sitting on here for quite a while now. He's been here almost a minute. Yeah, he's still on pit road, so I believe he had a speeding penalty. As more cars come on the pit road, I see Dustin Dean on pit road. Bobby Mays on pit road. Kyle Mays on pit road. McBride on pit road. And Williams is still sitting there. No, Williams has left pit road. So yeah, it looks like he definitely had a pit road penalty. He's lost a lap, unfortunately. He's lost a lot of time on track. We're going to bring up the good old track map right there so you can see where everybody is. At the bottom of the screen, that's the first 3 letters of the people on pit road. Any cars on the track map that are kind of grayed out or lighter, those are the cars that are currently on pit road. You can see their numbers there. So the 32 just came off pit road now. You see the 14, the 15 on pit road. 24 is on pit road. So right now our leader, Brian Nudie. And Brian came in pit on lap 16. We know he just took fuel. So those extra 16 laps of fuel that he's got in the tank, he'll be able to stretch this. I see Nick Ford in 6th. He has not pit yet, but you can see where everybody else is on track as far as when they last pit. And we all know Nudie's really good at saving fuel or saving tires. So it's good to see him being able to stretch this one out a little bit and play a little strategy. You never know. That might work out for him. What do you think, Matt?
I do. I'm just hearing wrecking on the backstretch, but I don't see a caution.
Yeah, I don't see a caution. I don't see any cars stopped on the track map up there either. So,
but what you were saying, if we get to the end of the race and he's got tires that are 20 laps fresher, look out.
Well, not just that, but so he's got 16 extra laps of fuel. We'll call it 20 just because of yellow flags and everything. If the yellow comes out right as he's about to make his pit stop, that puts him in a great position.
Yeah, not only that, how many green-white checkers are we going to have?
That's correct, too. So a couple more cars coming on pit road. Michael Lawrence hitting pit road right now. And the top 12 have not pit. So Brian Nudie, Jackson Qualley, Michael White, Brandon White, Derek Regal, Eddie Morris, Greg Froelich, Max McClure, Craig Schroeder, Bailey Jones, TJ Floyd. They have not pit yet. Dustin Dean's the first car that's pit. He would be your quote-unquote leader at this point. He's being shown a lap down.
Now, what would happen if a caution came out right now? There's a car in the wall.
Oh, we got one in the wall. Looks like Philip Manzo yellow is out. And that's exactly.
I hope I didn't jinx that.
Well, that's exactly what.
Because they can come in and get their service now and leave everyone else a lap down, right?
Yeah, but I think everybody else out there would take the wave around. So we take a look here at Philip Manzo, the cause of this yellow here, and it looks like, he just catches the wall. When he comes off the wall, he gets into the side of the 95. And I believe, he just tries to correct it, comes back cross-track in front of Austin Blaylock, hard into that outside wall. I believe that's all that's going to be involved here. Yep. And he's able to get off the track, but that's what brings out our yellow. Oh!
Oh, you got hit again.
Not sure who that was. That was the 47. I don't know if he was just coming, the 47 was coming off pit road, or I'm not really sure what happened there. It's Michael Lawrence there. Believe, yeah, it looks like he was just coming off. Yeah, he was coming off a pit road. I just don't think he was able to get woed up in time. Yeah, you see him all locked up there, and actually, it doesn't look like they made contact. I didn't see any damage there on the front of that car, so yeah, the front of that car looks clean. Through the magic of iRacing, we can actually go on and take a look at the car this way, and yeah, that car is completely clean, so no problem for the hamburger man, or cheeseburger man, excuse me, Michael Lawrence there. It's now Brian Nudie. Imagine we'll hit pit road right here. Oh no, he's already hit pit road. I apologize. He's still being shown as our leader. So you were asking what happened to all those other cars? Well, if you notice, people like Dustin Dean hits pit road. I'm kind of surprised about that. So we'll have to wait till this all cycles through and seeing where everybody is on track. Let's take a look at the tower here.
He's taking tires.
He is taking tires. He's taking right and left sides. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about that. Real quick, while this is going on under yellow, I'm going to take a look at our Facebook chat here. Darren Williams says, "You got this, Dean, full throttle." Stephen Black again says, "Dusty's lucky I couldn't race," or "Dustin's lucky I couldn't race." And Noah Walter says, "Bailey saved it many times after she hit the wall. Impressive." So we got I like the interaction between the fans and us. I know a lot of the drivers do listen to the broadcast while they're racing. Looks like we had a little issue here under yellow. Oh, no, just...
and here they go. One to go, they're getting the wave around.
There you go.
All right, question for tires. You got 2 extra sets. You got 8 stickers in pit behind the wall. If you only take 2 tires on a pit stop, do you still have 6?
Nope. So you would have 2 sets of left and 2 sets of right, just like in real life, because remember, these tires do have a little bit of stagger to them. So you can't put left sides on the right side, and you can't put right sides on the left side. So iRacing does a good job of modeling that. So yeah, you would have in your little racing box there, where you'd actually have a box where you can see how many tires you have left. It would show 2 sets of left, 2 sets of right. You take a set of right sides, now you have 2 sets of left and 1 set of right. So we're coming back to green flag racing here. Brian Nudie's going to lead them down. Pace car pulls off, and Nudie with a great jump here right away. In the 019 of Brandon White right there with him. They got Jackson Qualley sleeping right there. Now the leaders can go as soon as the pace car pulls off the track, so there is no nothing illegal about that. I see Michael Lawrence on pit road right now. Take a quick peek through as Eddie Morris on the outside of Greg Froelich, making that move work, moving himself up in the 4th. We see Chris Schroeder now Chris Schroeder now with a good run here on the 86 of Derek Riegel. He's going to move the inside, get by him easily going into turn 3. Well, that's what fresh tires look like. Here comes Max McClure now. Also with some fresher tires, it looks like. Being able to drive right up there through the field. As he's going to get right underneath the 4-car Craig Schroeder, and he's going to easily pass. So there's a little bit of that draft, and there's a little bit of those fresh tires there for Max McClure. And right behind them, That green car, the 31, I believe the 31 is a lap down.
Yes, that's right. Blake Hensley.
Blake Lindsley, yeah, he's a lap down, but he's driving up through the field a little bit right now.
He's also in the lucky dog position.
There you go. As he's working the outside of Dustin Dean right now, and Dustin is back on the lead lap in 7th. But yeah, you see Max McClure having a great run now. He's up to the 5th spot and making hay while the sun shines, that's for sure. As we take a look at the pit strategy a little bit, we can kind of see where everybody's been. So everybody's on the same, top 8 are all on the same, well, some of these guys are on the same tires. Remember, this doesn't indicate when they took tires. It just indicates when they were on pit road last. So as we see Dustin Dean now making a big run on Max McClure, he's going to look to the inside. Max is like, I don't want any part of this. You're a bit faster than me. Go on by. That way he can save his momentum and not have to worry about losing any time to the cars behind him. But up front, Brian Newty pulling away from Brandon White a little bit. It's got about a 0.4 second gap now. Back to Brandon.
And if I was running here, crew chief would tell me we're halfway.
Yep, halfway. And here comes Jackson Qualley. After having that bad restart here, he's looking to the inside of Brandon White. Going to take over that 2nd position. Here comes Brandon White fighting back on that outside. But as they go into turn 3, oh, that high side is really working for Brandon through 3 and 4 here. He's up right against the wall there, and he's able to stay side by side. I think, though, Jackson's going to get him into 1 and 2 here, because Brandon just does not seem to get through 1 and 2 as well as he can get through 3 and 4. And while these two are battling right here, it's allowed Eddie Morris to kind of creep up a little bit into the picture. You'll see as they come through 3 and 4 here to the right side of the screen, you'll see Eddie Morris's front end. Just see it, there he is, peeking into the picture here. But now Brian Newty. I thought he was under a little bit of pressure, but he was not. So Jackson Qualley now pulling away from Brandon White. And he's going to set his eyes on Newty. A little battle back here between Dylan Redding, Zach McBride, and Michael White. Here comes Michael White on the outside of Zach. Trying to make that work. Not able to make it stick. We've got one car on pit road. That's the 29 of Nicholas Iomo. And while these two are battling right here, it's going to allow Dylan Redding to pull away a little bit and set his eyes on Cody Moore. And that 28 just has to check up, a little tight there, has to check up in the middle of the corner. And that's going to allow Michael to get right underneath him here. Oh no, he's going to chop him off a little bit going to the corner. That causes the 09 to have to check up real big. He loses all the momentum that he just had as they go back into turns 3 and 4. Dylan Redding's going around the lap car here. Take a look through the field here, see if we have any excitement. Oh, let's go to Camper. Going around the 18. I know the 18 is a lap down still. Is he the first car a lap down right now, the 18?
31 still.
31 still, so.
Blake Ensley. Colin is the third car 1 lap down.
Perfect. Here comes the 3 of Dakota Camper around Logan Hagerman. He's going to take away the 11th spot. Speaking of movers, Jackson Qualley is up 24 spots from the beginning of the race. But surprisingly, that's not the biggest mover of the race. Greg Froelich up 25 spots in 7th right now.
How about Derek Regal?
And, oh, yeah, I didn't even see that one. Derek Regal in the 86 machine up 27 spots. So we got some big movers and shakers throughout the field. Unfortunately, that means that there's some big movers and shakers the other direction as well.
Yeah, those are the positive movers.
That's not Dean. That's Jackson driving the car tonight. He's having a great run here. Still running in second and not really able to gain on Nudie at all. But you see the battle box behind him. He's able to pull away from Brandon White, like I said, on the turns 1 and 2 end of the track. But as they go through turns 3 and 4, Brandon's able to pull right back. So you see, going through 1 and 2 here, Jackson's up to 0.6, so just over 0.6 seconds. And then as they come back through 3 and 4, you'll see that lead shrink just a little bit as Brandon's able to get through 3 and 4 just a little bit better. You see another battle back here. It's Michael White trying to get around the 5 car of Bobby Mays, and he's going to. That's going to move him up into the 15th position. Then right behind him, Bobby Mays and Zach McBride. Those would be in a battle for position here. That 29 car is not in the picture. He's a lap down.
I love that paint scheme of the 28. Throwback to Davey Allison.
Yeah, here comes the 28, though, to the inside of Bobby Mays, and he's going to take that position. Well, he's going to slide the track a little bit, give that run, that momentum back to the 5. The 5 gets real tight off the corner, and that 28's able to, even though he got real loose there, able to drive on by. Eddie Morris now under pressure from Dustin Dean. Dustin's going to get to the back bumper there and move on by. Move Dustin up to the 4th place.
Looks like Eddie's going to try to stick with him now.
Another close battle here. We have Jimmy McFarland just got passed by Brian Merle Jr. These two have been trading positions back and forth for a couple laps now. It looks like Brian's going to start to pull away a little bit. Another battle here on track. This is for one of the lucky dog spots. These guys are a lap down, but they're racing hard. That's Jacob Bowen and Colin Williams. They're able to, they're still battling real hard right here as they go back into 1 and 2. Jacob Bowen was almost down into the grass there for a second. Here comes Colin back with a great run. So even though these guys are a lap down, they're still racing real hard for position because every position matters. Every point matters when it comes down to the end of the season.
Yeah, you don't think about it till you get to the end, and you're like, boy, if I just had 2 more points.
Yep. Max McClure. Max having a great run, up in 6th, up 13 positions. He's getting stalked right now by Greg Froelich. Greg's a little bit faster than him at this moment, but a little bit of a battle on track here is, well, it's not Michael Lawrence. It's, the 09 Brandon White in the picture. He caught Jackson pretty quick. Jackson's going to run that little bit higher line. Just going to let him by. He knows he's faster, so he's not going to put up the battle. Smart move. Oh, Brandon White gets down on the apron. Gets real loose. And while those two are battling for position, here comes Dustin Dean. I saw Dustin just get around Bailey Jones. Now he's coming for Brandon White. As these two continue to battle hard, that's going to let Dustin get right back into this. It's been a great long run here. Take a look back at this pit strategy. So we've got almost 30 laps on tires. And this is about the part of the race where these cars start getting real loose. And the track gets real slick as the track temperature is coming up. The tire temperatures are coming up. This old racing surface, a lot of bumps. Like I said, the oldest racing surface on in the NASCAR series. I know Atlanta has been trying to get the track repaved for many, many years, but the drivers keep saying, nope, don't do it. And it produces great racing, as you can see. Cars going to the front, to the back. As it looks like Dustin Dean's now starting to fall back a little bit off of Brandon White. While that's all happening, they're just letting Brian Nudie pull away, as he's got over a 3-second lead right now. And I imagine from a driver, as I see Bailey Jones on pit road, I imagine from a driver's standpoint right now, these tires are mad, and these guys are crying right now to their crew chiefs asking for tires.
I think they're all hoping for a caution, but they don't want to be the cause of it or involved in it. Because I'm looking at lap times, and they're over 2 seconds slower than new tires.
Yeah, that's incredible right there. Yeah, that's a perfect example. Is our leader, Brian Nudie. His best lap was a 29.89 in the race. His last lap was a 31.79. So guys like Dustin Dean, his best lap was a 30.09, and his last lap was a 32.17. So yeah, well over 2 seconds of fall off. And some people are even further back than that. I'm seeing 3 and almost 4 seconds for some of the people more in the back of the pack who are pushing harder, they're racing harder, and it's causing them to, like these guys right here, Kyle Mays and Dakota Camper, trading back and forth some positions again. And Kyle's fastest lap was a 29.81. His last one was a 32.19. So that's a big difference in lap time. So yeah, I imagine pretty soon we're going to see some green flag pit stops as Colin Williams has now hit pit lane.
Yeah, here comes a 12. They're starting to come in. I would try to, if it were me, I'd try to stay out as long as I could right now. Because this is it for tires. This is going to be the last stop for tires.
Yep, Brian Merrill Jr. on pit road. Provolt on pit road. Bunch of cars coming to pit road. I wonder when our leaders are going to come. Here comes Kyle Mays to pit road. Right behind him, the 52 of Cody Moore also to pit road. We'll see what he does here. Sure that right side is going to pop up. There it goes. Now the question is, do you take 2 or 4? Looks like he's going to take 4.
I'd take them all.
And then 18 still on pit road. Another speeding penalty probably.
Not again.
Nah, he's still on pit road, stuck there. Yeah, he had another 85-second pit stop. So, yeah, looks like he's had a little issues getting on the pit road today.
That's unfortunate.
Dakota Camper hitting pit road. You see the 7 and the 35 just leaving pit road as he's coming in. Hits his stall. Almost perfect. I don't see the tires going on this one. I think he's taking fuel only. That is correct. Fuel only for the 3 car. You can make it to the end from here, and maybe you're saving those tires in case we have a yellow. Michael White, the 09 on the pit road. You also see Jacob Bowen on pit road right there. And McFarlane hitting pit road. Jimmy McFarlane hitting pit road this time as well.
Uh-oh. 17 into the wall. And looks like we'll stay green.
That was Jackson Qualley just catching the wall, and he's able to keep it going straight. And there's that 28 getting around.
He did have a little help.
Was it a little help from the 019?
There was a little help there, yes.
But great driving by them. They're able to keep it going straight.
And Brian Nudi's coming in this time.
That's our leader coming to pit road. Oh, he almost overdrives it, but he hits pit lane right at 45 miles an hour, so he's not going to have a speeding penalty. That's good. Jackson Qualley on pit road, Greg Froelich. And I imagine that 40 car, we're going to see tires on this one for sure. That right side's up in the air. And he's away. Dustin Dean on pit road. Eddie Morris on pit road right behind him. I think that's pretty much going to cycle out our leaders here. Oh, we've got a crash on the track. I just saw Michael Lawrence. But no yellow. Could have been just a, what's that called? A issue with the,
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Having a brain fart right now. Connection issue is what I'm trying to say. As right now our leader is TJ Floyd. Our winner from last week.
He's coming in
He's
this
coming
time
to pit
around.
road this time, yep. We'll show that dashboard. See, make sure he gets on the pit road. Speed limit is 55 miles an hour. Oh, he locks the tires up and loses it. Keeps it off the wall, and he'll be able to get down to pit road speed just fine. But that was an exciting pit road entrance for last week's winner. That's going to give Brian Newey the lead again. Man, he's got quite the lead right now.
I'm showing him with almost a 7.5 second lead.
That is correct. That is what I am seeing as well. We'll switch over from our ticker to our tower. And that'll show you right there. Yeah, Nudie with a 7.5 second lead. As green flag pit stops have really spread out the field at this moment. As Brian Nudie's going to start working some lap traffic here. Kyle Mays under pressure from Brandon White. Brandon just drives away from him. And White's coming. White has some speed in that car right now. Another one who's got some speed right now is Dustin Dean. As he's trying
coming up on 25 to go.
Yep, coming up on 25 to go. And I'll tell you what, there's some cars out there who are making some time up right now.
Well, they need to make up a lot of time because all I'm seeing is Brian Nudie extend his lead.
As Dustin Dean's going to go around Kyle Mays as well. That's going to move Dustin up into the third spot. He's going to set his sights on Brandon White, but at this moment, it just looks like Brandon's starting to pull away a little bit. Yeah, he's not cutting into. Well, he's a little bit faster than Dustin that time by, but Nudie looks like he's the fastest car on the track right now. Yeah, that time by, Nudie ran a 30.19, Brandon Wright ran a 30.30, and Dustin ran a 30.50. So
it's hard to catch a guy like that.
A little battle back here between the 7 of Logan Hagerman and the 35 of Will Witt. They're catching some lap traffic in all the wrong places right now. But this 5 of Bobby Mays right now, he's just going backwards. He had such a strong car earlier in the race, and now he's just having some issues. Yeah, he's getting passed right now by the 4 car of Craig Schroeder. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Bobby Mays, but he's just going backwards at this point. And up front, Brian Nudie, whose lead is now shrinking. With going to be 20 laps to go, Brandon White has cut down that lead to 7.3 seconds.
Yeah, for reference, just a couple laps ago, it was
8.5.
9. Yeah, 8. I think I had 8.6 or 8.7.
Yeah. So Brandon White now.
So over a second he shaved in just 2-3 laps. 20 to go, it'd be tight.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to catch him, but he's gonna definitely try to go for it.
Who's the TV announcer that says it's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass him?
Well,
now we got a big old wreck.
Oh.
He's gonna catch him now.
Oh, that's a big one. Caution is out. That's gonna bring up our wreckage replay. Let's see if we can see what brought this out. Oh, just some lap traffic, so let me get back to the race here. And it looks like the 5, Bobby Mays, just his tough night continues as he gets into the back of the 09. Oh, Bowen involved, the 18 involved, Dylan Redding involved. Let's rewind. Ooh, a couple more come piling in afterwards. We're going to try to show as much of this as I can by flipping over to a blimp view here. And you see he just catches the 09 at the wrong time, gets in the back of him. I think the 09 wasn't expecting him to, or he wasn't expecting the 09 to lift like that. And once it happens, the track just gets blocked. Incredible. A couple drivers there got through there sideways.
Looks like the 5 might have helped the 09 a little bit.
Oh, he definitely did. But that's going to allow some of these
That'll allow Brandon to catch up.
It's going to allow Brandon to catch up. It's going to allow a couple cars to get some wave bys, I think. And I wonder if anybody's going to come in and if anybody saved any tires. I see a couple chats coming through here on Facebook. Jackson 26 a second, absolute mad lad. I agree, Noah. Darren Williams has said, here's your chance, Dustin. Go, you got this. And yep, here comes a couple cars on the pit road. I believe those are a couple lappers. And if I'm looking at this correct, the 99 of Austin Blaylock would be our lucky dog?
Yes. And what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars a lap down that should get a wave around. Is that right?
Nope, they're not in front of the leader. So wave around cars would only be the ones in front of the leader. The leader did not pit. So, yeah, it's just going to be that one lucky dog of Austin Blaylock. But it's allowed Brandon White and Dustin Dean and Kyle Mays and Jackson Qualley to catch right up to these guys. Right up to Ryan Hootie, and they're going to be restarting right on his bumper, which is not what he wanted to see. Well, it's going to be an exciting finish here, folks. As we're going to have, about 13, 14 laps to go when we go back to green?
That's right. And did you notice anyone take tires?
I did not, so...
Well, we'll find out real quick.
I was going to say, let's take a look at our pit strategy. And Nudie was on pit road 16 laps ago. So, yeah, there's everybody out there's got some old tires. As we're doubling up already, getting ready to go back green. So a couple things to look for as I'm looking through this field right here. Got Brian Nudie in the 19 on the first row. Dustin Dean, that 55 of Kyle Mason, second row. Jackson Qualley and Eddie Morris up into the third row. We saw Eddie was pretty fast in practice. I wonder what he's going to do here in coming down to the end here. And then Cody Moore, Greg Froelich, Will Witt are going to make up your top 10 here. As the pace car is going to make this hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Mark Shivers says, let's go 55. Green flag back in the air. 55 Oh, a couple of cars really spin their tires there. The 55 and the 52 of Cody Moore both spun their tires real bad on the restart. That allows the field to really separate here. And Brian Nudi's looks like he's gonna pull away a little bit here, because we got 15 laps to go. Brandon White stalking him, and here comes Dustin Dean. Looking to the high side a little bit, trying to run that a little bit higher line. Get a little air on the nose, try to help him turn, but also try to keep that engine wound up a little bit more so he can get the big run, as you see he's going to. Going into turns 1 and 2. He's right there on the back bumper. And that lead that Brian Nudi had earlier, it's gone. As here comes Dustin Dean to the inside of Brandon White. He's going to take that position away. And he's going to set his sights on Brian Nudi. Eddie Morris up into the 5th spot. Jackson Qualley looks like he's having some issues. He's falling back, as he's getting passed now by Dakota Camper. And just doesn't look like his car fires off real well on the restarts. But a couple cars that do fire off well on the restarts, both Brian Nudi and Dustin Dean. And all Dustin can do is just put the pressure on Nudi and try to force him to make a mistake. As Eddie Morris now gets around the 55 of Kyle Mays. And right behind him, Dakota Camper's trying to follow him on through as well. Dakota now to the inside of Eddie Morris. And he's going to take that position away and set his sights on Brandon White. And now Brian Nudi and Dustin Dean catching a little lap traffic, as they're going to be catching the 11 of Dylan Redding. Dylan's going to stay to the high side. Let these two race it out. And Dustin is all over the back bumper of Brian Nudi. He's going to take a look to the inside. Dustin Dean trying to take the lead away from Brian Nudi. Real tight there as they come through turns 3 and 4. And onto the front stretch. Dustin's got that nose underneath, but it looks like Nudi's going to be able to get in front of him.
Well, I thought he had him there.
Yeah, it's incredible. And look at Dakota Camper now joining the party. He's right on the back bumper of Dustin Dean. He's going to take a look to the inside. Dakota Camper down the back stretch.
Oh, what a run.
He's going to take that position away, and he's going to set his sights on Brian Nudi now. Where did he come from?
Maybe he saved some tires.
He might have.
That's what it looks like.
As he's now to the inside of Brian Nudi, into turns 1 and 2, he's going to take that spot away, and Dakota Camper to the point.
I think we found out who took tires.
And he is pulling away.
61's in the wall, into the 99. And we got a wreck on the back.
Caution is out.
And there's still...
Let's take a look at what happened here. Bring out this wreckage rewind. And yeah, the 61 gets up into the marbles, catches the wall, overcorrects it here when he bounces off the wall. And he bounces off the wall, just loses control of the car into the 99 of Austin Blaylock. That's going to push them back up across the track. 61 back into the wall. Austin Blaylock down. They catch the 31 machine. That's the 31 of Blake Hensley. And, yeah, he gets set into the wall, and the 61 loses it again, just trying to gain control. Comes back across the track into the 22. Man. That wreck seemed to go on forever. But back up at the front now. Your leader, Dakota Camper. And at this point, there's no reason to go in and take tires. These guys are all going to be on older tires. The track position is not worth giving up. There are a couple cars on pit road, but it's not enough to make a difference, as track position is going to be everything here.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll have 6-7 laps to go.
I know these guys do have quick cautions on, so I imagine the lights are going to be turning off on the pace car here as they come across the stripe. Nope, they're going to go one more lap. My mistake. As we do see 6 laps to go. So we'll have 5 laps to go. A 5-lap shootout at the end here between Dakota Camper, Brian Newdy, Dustin Dean, Brandon White, Eddie Morris. Any of these cars really in the top, I would say 7 or 8, have a great shot at this. We know they're on old tires. We know those tires are worn out. And we already saw once with a restart how the cars slided around on that restart. So it's going to be all about getting that power down and not losing the back of the car. We saw the 52 on the last restart get real loose and almost slide up into the side, as we see Dustin Dean and Brian Newdy having a little bit of fun there, pushing each other around. You know, the last time we saw a car that close to Brian Newdy's bumper was at Martinsville. And I believe in our intro video you can see that. As this time the lights on the pace car are going to be going off. We'll have one more lap around before we go back green flag racing. And man, I'm excited to see how this is going to shake out, because I have no clue. This is normally at this point of the race, yeah, you have one car that's dominating and you can kind of make a educated guess. But man, I don't know.
I heard on the radio here Brian and Dustin and Brandon all saying, "Where did that 3 car come from?"
I said the same thing. I was surprised to see him come out of nowhere. So, well, he's got 13 lap stint, so I imagine he did have tires that he could take. So there you go. That's much fresher tires than if he's got fresh tires. We'll have to ask him in the interview if he finishes in top 3, if he took tires on that last stop there.
Had to have.
Well, we're going to find out right now, because if he's able to really
he takes off like a shot.
Yeah, if he's able to pull away here on this restart, then we know that he had fresher tires, because you'll be able to tell by the wheel spin as the pace car pulls off. Green flag back in the air. Look at those cars wiggle across the line. Eddie Moore's having some problems putting the power down. And yeah, he definitely has fresher tires as he's able to just drive away. And behind him, you see that gaggle of cars right there as they come through turns 1 and 2. Dustin Dean getting around Newdy here. He's going to take over that second spot. Oh, but Newdy fights back on the high side. Eddie Morris.
Eddie lost it. He went high.
Yeah, Eddie Morris.
That'll cost him 2.
As they were almost just 3. They're 3 wide now coming through the front stretch. Brandon White was down in the grass. But, oh, Newdy with a shot to the back bumper of Dustin Dean, trying to get him a little loose here. But Dustin's going to take this position away. You move him up to second. Newdy real loose off the corner. Man, he's able to hold on to it. Dustin Dean's able to just set his sights on that 3 car. I don't know if he's going to have enough time or enough tire. Eddie Morris back on the high side, though, trying to get back around that 55 of Kyle Mays.
2 to go.
As we see this battle on track right now for 5th place between Eddie Morris and Kyle Mays. And Brandon White coming in this party. We got 3 wide down the backstretch. Oh, Brandon gets down on the apron, pushes up the track in front of the 55. That's going to give Eddie Morris that position easily as he moves up to 4th. That checks up everybody behind. You see that 55 going backwards right now as he had to check up and get out of it from the momentum loss. Unfortunately for him, a little further back, we see Jackson Qualley now. Oh, Brian Nudie having some issues down on the apron, coming back across the track. But up front, your winner, Dakota Camper. Dustin Dean coming home in 2nd. And Eddie Morris coming home 3rd. We're going to have to see what happened to Nudie right here. As we're going to rewind a little bit. I want to see if Nudie got into the wall, battling hard with Dustin Dean, or what happened here. That's what happened. Nudie giving it everything he had, just gets the car real loose up into the wall. Surprisingly able to save it. But that's going to allow Eddie Morris to go around for that podium. But our winner up front here, Dakota Camper, getting the W. He burns it down here, and well deserved. The man sure knows how to do some burnouts. We'll take a look at our results. Dakota Camper, our winner, as he takes his Polish victory lap. Dustin Dean coming home in 2nd. Eddie Morris coming home 3rd. Brandon White, Kyle Mays round out your top 5. Greg Froelich, Brian Nudie follow him all the way back to 7th. Cody Moore, Will Witt, and Jackson Qualley round out your top 10. So we're going to try to get our top 3 into the booth here. And while I do that, I'm going to pop up our league sponsor, which is Fort Worth Screen Printing. Let's pull in our 3rd place finisher, Eddie Morris. Eddie, you got Matt and Josh in the booth. You got us?
Hey guys, what's up?
Man, you know, that was an incredible finish, man. First lap, first corner, it looked like you had some trouble. You were down on the apron, almost got involved in that wreck, and then you just came out of nowhere to come back for 3rd place. How did the race go from your side of things?
It was definitely an up and down race. I think I was like 33rd at one point. But yeah, I caught the apron and tried to not get into anybody else there at the first of the race. And was able to keep it off everybody and just chill out and take some laps off. And that caution where everybody got caught a lap down, that helped out a lot for track position. And I wasn't going to take another set of tires to the pit or to the garage this time, so I went ahead and threw those on, and I think it was a good call.
Yeah, for sure. You were able to make them last to the end and bring that intensity broadcast and car home in 3rd. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Intensity Broadcasting, you guys are amazing. Max for putting this thing on, Joe for picking me, Intensity Race Team. That's about it, man. Appreciate everybody that allows me to do this.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on that 3rd place finish, and man, I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
Appreciate it.
Now our 2nd place finisher, Dustin Dean. Dustin, Josh, and Matt in booth, you got us?
Loud and clear.
Man, that was a great run you had there, coming back to second. In the middle of the race there, it looked like you kind of fell off, and I believe you got trapped a lap down at one point during pit stops. But you were able to make your way back up to the front and have a great finish. Dakota came out of nowhere. How did you see the race from your side?
Yeah, so I was staying out there as long as I could just to get that stage win on lap 40, and I took that. And then I knew that Nudie came down pit road early, so I knew he was going to be out front. Then the way the caution fell, I got trapped a lap down, made my way back around, restarted 10th there, made my way all the way up to, I think it was third before the restart finally came back out, or the caution finally came back out. And yeah, I thought it was going to be me and Nudie there racing to the line, and Dakota just had a better strategy than all of us. He saved one more set than we did, and there's no racing against fresh tires. So
Yeah, we were trying to figure out if that's what happened, if he took fresh tires or what happened there. So, man, great second place finish. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
yeah, I know I got a lot of family watching. Just a couple of people to shout out. Darren, Papa K in the house. I know my wife, smoking hot wife, is always watching and supporting. And I got a shout out to Dean's Eye Designs on the car. If you need a flyer, logo, he'll hook you up. Just look him up on Facebook. I don't know who that guy is. I heard he's good looking though.
Oh, man, I've seen his mug. That is one ugly mug. No, I'm just joking around. Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish. Good points day for you, and winning the first stage too. So you got that playoff point and those 10 bonus points there. So that's going to put you in good position.
Yeah, hopefully we can do one better next time.
Absolutely. Hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you.
And lastly, our winner tonight, Dakota Camper. Dakota,
Hey, what's going on?
man, where did you come from?
Saved a set of tires for the end.
You know, we were
Little
saying
razzle dazzle.
we were saying that. I'm like, man, he must have fresh tires because he just drove by everybody like they were going backwards, and being able to save those tires really paid off for you.
Yeah, they're in the middle of the race, pitted under green, and I didn't take tires, and I was probably running about 65, 70 laps on that set of tires. And I was within a second of going a lap down, and that big caution come out, and it caught me up, and I got my tires, and I come out 11th, and I was the only one that pitted.
So you say that now, and that reminds me because me and Matt were actually watching you. You just happened to be on pit road, and I was watching you go down pit road, and I noticed that you didn't take tires. I'm like, I really don't think he took tires, and you didn't. So, man, it paid off in the long run for you.
It was high risk, high reward, and sometimes it pays off.
Well, man, congratulations on the win. Is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsor, Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. They do a lot of work around my area, which I live right around Bristol Motorspeedway, so they do a lot of help with the homeless and stuff. And I'd like to thank you guys for putting on a good show, and I like to listen to y'all talk. I watch your other broadcasts with the iOS series, so y'all do a good job.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that. So you say you live around Bristol. That's where we're going next week. You run that Dale Earnhardt looking scheme at Bristol. Are we looking for back-to-back here?
I'm hoping we can get another win. I'm fast there. It really just comes down to avoiding wrecks and how many cautions and strategy. And you never know with this league with a short fuel and the tire sets, it makes a lot different than the other leagues I've run. So who knows? Hopefully.
For sure. Definitely makes it much more challenging. So it's good to see. Congratulations with the win. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more down the road, and you'll be one to watch for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank Dylan Redding for picking me to be on his team.
Awesome, man. Well, he's a good one to have on your team for sure. So, again, congratulations. And I'm sure, like I said, we'll be talking to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Matt, that was an incredible finish. I was almost out of breath there at the end there.
That was, and you know, Dakota's thanking Dylan. I'll bet you Dylan's thanking Dakota right now for bringing home a W.
For sure. So, again, we want to thank Fort Worth Screen Printing for sponsoring the league. And while I'm talking about racing, let's take a look at that schedule. Again, next week, we'll be running the Survival of the Fastest, 200 laps at Bristol at night. So as Dakota just said, he's from that area, so he's fast there. So we'll definitely have to be watching out for him. But Bristol's kind of a little bit of a momentum track and a rhythm track. So I expect guys like Nudie to be back up there, and Dustin Dean, Eddie Morris. You know, they've been showing their things, but also guys like Kyle Mays and Todd Mays and Colin Williams showing some speed tonight. So a couple new faces up at the front tonight as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing how next week plays out.
Yeah, Bristol is definitely one of my favorite tracks. It's got everything. It's fast, it's quick. You can go too wide. You don't always want to. You know, some of those corners will jump right out and bite you if you're not careful. It's one that I'm sorry to say that I won't be here for, but I will be watching.
Awesome, man. Well, again, thanks for your help tonight. Again, this is Intensity Broadcasting, bringing you the Fort Worth Screen Printing iOS Cup Series. Again, like, follow, subscribe on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Intensity Broad 1 at twitter.com. We're here. We're trying to get 1,000 subs, so share with your friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over